Well, heidi ho everybody. It's Skip here. I'm back. Thought I'd do a little update video on my small scale group build. Mostly because I probably just need to do an update, and two, evidence that Skip actually does something in his bench every once in a while. So here we go. I actually have the body painted. That's a first. That's usually the last thing I do. Kind of got it mocked up here with the tires and wheels that are going on it. I painted it. I had some, you try to figure out what you're going to paint something. Well, I had this can. It's an old can. I've had it for a few years. This Testers tropical turquoise lacquer. I figured, well, start using that up. So I cracked that open. That's what I used for the body. I have 3D printed some stuff. That's another evil device in my little shop of horrors. It is totally distracting, and it's another thing that gets in the way of me doing other things. And it's been a blast. So I decided, you remember I had gotten these wheels from Panzer Art, and I really liked them. They're good looking tires and wheels. They're actually a little more correct. They're the off-road. They got the deeper dish, a little wider. I like them. They're great. But I'm looking at the box art, and on the box art for this thing, we got bumping the camera all the time. You can see it's got some pretty beefy tires on it, and I really like that box art. I really like that stance, that look. Other than the paint job, I like that look with the tires and stuff. So these are the ones they give you in the kit. These are the little bit bigger ones. These are the sand tires. Yeah, I don't like those. Then they give you these versions with or without hubcaps, and these are, yeah, they're kind of small. You can see they're a little bit smaller than the sand tire. And then, of course, those are the Panzer Art, and they do look deeper. They're not really any wider in tread. And then I came across a file. It was a free file on Cults for their 172 scale. So I scaled them up to 135, printed them out. These are in the standard resin. As you can see, they're definitely taller or wider. And I printed them to be the size and diameter, and they're pretty close. Just a smidgen more. And then I was like, I wanted them to be closer to, what these sand tires are in diameter. So, and this resin is very brittle, and I was going to have to do some work drilling out the back, and on the rear wheel, on the 172 scale, I forget what kit it was. These are for. This is for the portals to do for the rear axle. And keep bumping shit. All right. I have to keep bumping the camera, or the view goes away, and I can't see what I'm doing. I got to make sure I'm in the frame, because otherwise I could be way over here and you ain't got any clue what I'm talking about, because that's how dumb I am. So this here needs to be taken off, but this is the standard resin. It's brittle. It's a little hard to work with. So I printed these out, and I made them a little bit larger, and I enlarged the diameter, made them a little bit bigger. And maybe you can see, I don't know if you can quite see that there. Made them closer to what these sand tires are in the kit. They end up a little wider. And this way, I used ABS-like resin. I just kind of discovered that. That just took off across the room. Let me grab another one. There we go. All right. The dog or something will get that other one. Vacuum cleaner. So this I had to clean off and drill the center. And I discovered the ABS-like resin. I was seeing what some of the guys that do the war game pieces and stuff. And because they have the swords and they're real fragile, they use the ABS-like because it's more flexible. So I printed these, and this stuff, working with it, drilling it and, you know, filing it and shaving it, is very much like working with styrene. I was really, really impressed. So I'm probably going to be printing everything anymore in this ABS-like resin. It's the one I got was, it's one of the cheaper brands, but it's one of that a lot of people recommend, the Sunlu. So if you're into 3D printing and you don't maybe know that yet, or looking kind of a newbie like me and trying to figure things out yet, try out the Sunlu ABS-like resin. I love it. It's great. I've been printing a bunch of stuff with it. So that's what I did. I cleaned off the back of this, re-drilled the center, because the hole is a little bit off for the axles. So you just have to re-drill it a little. And that worked great. That's what I have on here mocked up right now. And yeah, I love them. They look great. So, and then I decided I'd print a few other little extras. So I did the roof rack. That was for a 124 scale Volkswagen Beetle. I scaled it down. It was just off a little bit. I adjusted it, I think like 1 millimeter or 1.5 millimeters, so it would fit the roof a lot better. And that's the roof rack. I originally printed that in the standard resin. It's very brittle. I managed not to break it, but it's going to be hard to work with. This is the ABS. It's quite a bit more flexible before it wants to break. But yeah, that's very delicate. That's almost like a fishing line right there. But it printed. That's what's so cool. And there was a surfboard and stuff with it, so I printed that all out. So yeah, we're gonna jazz this thing up. And that's where I'm at on my small scale group build. Working on getting seats and interior stuff painted. Door panels, gonna do another coat on that. The roof rack here out of the way. Got some, see, I just have those mocked up right now to get an idea for the stance. See, I cleaned off the rear. That's the ones I cleaned. This, I gotta get back in the camera. Here we go. See, I cleaned that off. That's a rear wheel. I striped that off and drilled the center. So got those painted. I got to do a little more detail painting on those and the centers. Body, I started doing the wood slats in the floor. Yeah, shaky hand, can't see, so it looks kind of like crap. But most of it's small scale. It's all going to be inside there. You're never going to see my mistakes anyway. And if I don't tell you I made mistakes, I didn't make any mistakes. So there you go. All right. I think that's it. And we'll try and make this short. And yeah, that's it. So, small scale group build. You got, what, a week now? And maybe I'll get it done. We'll see. Maybe I'll finally finish something. On to the next thing. All right. Thanks for dropping by. And until next time, we'll catch y'all later.